What up, guys? My name's Nate. This is my first YouTube video. People have been telling me to do it for a bit. Basically, I run a shop called Oak and Alchemy. We make custom steel and wood furniture, so all the bases are usually steel, wood tops, pretty simple stuff. And I've been doing it for 6 years, and it's what I love. So today we are making a coffee table set, which consists of 2 end tables and a coffee table. So I've been chopping on my chop saw for the last hour, and basically have got these piles. So if you look at this pile, this is going to be an end table, coffee table. And I got a few more cuts to make on the chop saw of some angle iron, and I will attach measurements, I guess, to the description, whatever you want to call it, and maybe you guys could try and make it along at home. It's pretty easy stuff, and you'll see that it turns out pretty effective in the end. So anyways, I'm Nate, this is Oak and Alchemy, my new YouTube channel, and let's get it. So I just finished chopping, I'm gonna start welding, and next time you see me, each end table and coffee table is basically gonna have 2 legs and then middle supports, and I will show you some advice and tips as to why I do what I do from there. So I got my square here. I'm gonna weld that in spot, make sure everything's square. As you can see, that's not square, but it will be when I weld it up. And that is basically what one leg's gonna look like. How I get the foot, you can do this bar at any height. Say your customer wants the middle shelf to be up there, whatever floats their boat. I usually leave basically the same width of steel that I'm using. So this is 1.5 inch, so I use that as my measurement tool. Make sure that it's square, zip weld that, and then I will take this out, and that kind of leaves me with my foot. Middle support's gonna go like that, and then you're gonna attach that to your second leg, but I will show you guys that a bit later. But yeah, make sure you're using your square, welding her up. I just got a Lincoln MIG welder 120. Just a simple pack, no gas even, it's just flux core. You guys are welcome to use whatever you want, but anyways, here I go, baby. What up, team? We're basically to the step I told you we would be. Each base has 2 legs and a middle stanchion, is where we're at, and I just wanted to kind of walk you through the measurements. So as you can see, these legs are a bit different, and as you can guess, this is your coffee table, which sits lower in height, and this is your end table. As far as measurements go, basically your end table has your 14-inch middle. So the 14-inch pieces are gonna go in the middle of your end table, and then your legs are 20 inches tall, which will leave you with a 22-inch roughly height end table. So yeah, so 14 inches middle, 20-inch leg is for the end table, and then over here for your coffee table, we have a 15-inch leg, which should leave you with a 17-inch height coffee table. So 15-inch outside, and then I believe this is 19-inch middle. Okay, so those are important to know before you start welding up the wrong pieces. 14, 20, 15, 19. Bit confusing. Anyways, next up we're gonna be welding our middle stanchions, and I will throw you through a time lapse through that. And you're gonna need your square, all that stuff. And yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. Hope you guys follow along. See ya. Here we go. I figured before I start welding, I'll show you what pieces you should have left. You got your 2 legs, middle stanchions for the end table. These are both gonna be 21. This is gonna go to the top of your end table, and these are gonna go to the bottom, the 1-inch angle iron. Gonna go like that. We'll show you why that is later. So you should have 2 pieces for each table. And then coffee table, you got your 42 inches, which are over there. And then another end table, 21 inches angle and square tube, okay? So update, I lied to you guys. And I needed to cut one more piece. 14 inches, the same as our middle stanchion of the angle. And that is basically what ties your stanchion into here. Basically that piece will go in there. It's a bit of a tight squeeze right now, so it needs 2 hands, but then that goes across to there. Okay. Guys, just working on the X of the coffee table. Basically just put in some big bars. If you're starting off with this big bar, you're gonna put this up here, mark off your cuts, cut it, and then these little guys, which you can see, sorry, my camera skills are shite. Basically gonna mark in there, cut, and you're gonna get your X of your base, which isn't super necessary, but that's what we're doing. So I've got my bases here, and now I am gonna show you guys how I do my foot. So basically from other pieces I make, I get these little scraps. So they're not perfect. You could just get some flat bar and drill holes, but basically I drill a hole big enough for this bolt so that this can fit into there like so, and then you screw on your nut and basically weld it in. So you can see these are all welded, and you can see the threaded, and then it basically goes on to the square tubing. This all gets cleaned up. They're very, very ugly welds, but I grind everything flush, and that will get trimmed off. Yeah, and then basically you get your foot so that it's self-leveling. Those twists, that's really hot. But yeah, so that's basically how I do my feet. So just drill some holes in some flat bar, get your bolt and nut, weld in the nut, and then you have a little self-leveler. Okay. Back. So I just finished doing the bases of these end tables. Just the bottom shelf is mesh, it's expanded metal. Cut it with your zip disc grinder, and then it is basically just tack welded all around, and that will work out to your bottom shelf. Now I am just putting in my flat bar, which I've drilled. And this is what's basically gonna hold in your wood. So along the top of your frame, you're gonna weld this sucker in, and that's basically how you're gonna screw your wood top to the piece. I will show you a bit more once she's welded in. Got the little top brackets, which you can see, they're all around the tops. Just welded in. This guy's upside down. So last thing to do is drill this angle iron because your bottom shelf of wood is going to sit in there, kind of showing you guys both options. The end tables you get in the cage, the expanded metal, and this is going to have a piece of wood sitting in this ledge, and then you screw it from, it's flipped. So anyways, you're going to mark, basically how I do it is I mark my middle of the piece. I mark about 2 inches and then just evenly space the difference so that your screws look like they're spaced properly. So off to screwing, then I'm gonna sand, clean them up, get them ready for paint. And yeah, almost done. Here we go. Let's start painting, baby. I'm just putting together the coffee table and end table set. So this is the bottom. As you can see with your 1-inch angle iron, the wood just fits right in. And then you basically just use your screws and it sucks up. That is what the bottom will look like. And then you're gonna screw your top from the inside. So I'm just mounting the end table frames to the top. This will be the same for how you mount each top. So your 1-inch flat bar that you welded in here to the frame and drilled out, basically just gonna screw and make sure your gap is even all the way around. Kind of just judge it by eye. And yeah, so we're gonna screw that all down and it's just secure. Basically pretty common stuff. So welcome to the shop. As you can see, I finished up the build. The coffee table and end table set are done. I hope you guys enjoyed following along. Turned out quite nice. I'm very happy with it. Again, like I said, this is my first video. So if you guys enjoyed, I hope you will subscribe. There'll be lots more videos. I hope I can improve. If you guys can think of any ways to improve, hit me up in the comment section. And there's lots more things to build. This is just normal every day for me, so I figured I would videotape it and let you guys see what we kind of do. So hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you soon.